Obviously getting you the live updates on this coverage with CBS Network and here on Times Now. Voting which is still underway in many of the states to elect the next president of the United States of America. It's a neck-and-neck battle between Democratic candidate Kamala Harris and Republican nominee Donald Trump. The final picture, however, will be clear in few days, but this race to the White House was nothing less than an edge-of-the-seat thriller. There has been assassination attempts at the former president. Kamala Harris joining the race after Biden, in a way, was forced to quit the race by his party. In this bitterly fought, wild and tightly contested elections in the U.S., both the candidates, U.S. President, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump made the final push in this decisive battleground states to impress the voters as they wrapped up their respective campaigns.
This is my last rally. Can you believe it? The rallies, these big, beautiful rallies, there's never been anything like it. And there never will be anything like it. And it just happened. It caught on. And I think it caught on because our country's in trouble. And, you know, I happened to be a messenger that was able to tell you what you knew, because most people understand it. Most people with common sense, we're the party of common sense, they understand it. But this is all you need to know. I mean, Joe and Kamala broke it, and I will fix it. I'll fix it fast.
Well, even as a special puja that is being held at a temple in Kamala Harris's ancestral village in Tiruvarur district for her victory in the U.S. presidential elections, where supporters of Kamala Harris from the U.S. also arrived at her ancestral village to attend this special puja. The village there, which is said to be the birthplace of Harris's maternal grandmother and links her to the Indian roots, where she is often spoken about even during her election campaign.
Well, as we all know that all eyes all around the world is looking at the United States of America as they are going into elections, and this is the native village of the presidential candidate of the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris. And right now we are at Tulasendrapuram and the village temple here, where constant prayers are happening, which are being done by the locals here, and they are all praying for her victory in this very, very important elections that is happening. It's not just the locals, but we also have a supporter of Kamala Harris all the way flying from the United States to Tamil Nadu, Tulasendrapuram, just in hope that she would be turning out victorious in this election. So let's try and get some words from here, the people here. So first of all, you've traveled all the way from the United States to here, and please tell us your name and how happy and what is the kind of support that you're giving out to Kamala Harris?
So my name is Joy.
All right, we'll come back to those live updates that are now coming in. Let's quickly go across to Malvika Jain, who is joining us. Malvika, good morning here from India. Of course, you have a long night ahead there. As in the United States, we are looking at preliminary results from the exit polls that have also been conducted. How is it looking like there as of now?
Well, I'm in the state of Maryland, and this is typically a blue state. Voting is about to end in the state, and I'm at a polling station, and people are still trickling in, the last-minute office goers who want to cast their vote and contribute to the victory of the candidate of their choice. But one thing that's emerging from the early results that we're seeing, that Republican candidate Donald Trump has made headway in some of the states. They are primarily the red states, which typically vote for the Republican Party. Kamala Harris is having a large watch party here in Washington, D.C. at her alma mater, Howard University. I think she's expecting to win because the Democratic Party is actively inviting Democratic supporters to join the watch party in Washington, D.C. And we know that Donald Trump is at his house in Florida, and a watch party is taking place there as well with his supporters. It's a close race, and so both the candidates are clued in, their teams are clued in, people on the ground are clued in. We have been talking to several people from the Indian American community. It appears that most of them have voted for the Democratic Party, but I want to mention that there were a few people from the Indian American community who have voted for the Republican Party, but they were not willing to talk on camera. I do not know what the reasons are. But that is a point that I've observed. The other thing is that as far as the personalities of the candidates were concerned, that was the main moot point on the basis of which most
Well, Malvika,
people
lots
have
to talk about there because this is the historic election that wraps up one of the most divisive presidential campaigns that we've also seen in recent memory. On the final night of campaigning, both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump mainly focused on Pennsylvania, the largest one of the 7 key battleground states, and aiming to win over the remaining undecided voters as well. We'll cut across live to the CBS News coverage taking place on the U.S. presidential elections.